Wanna shout you for all the love. Community, we keep it strong. Valerian back and forth, just like ping pong. Maybe in 5 years we'll get that Hydra boss. Forget a monster, you can call us Raidzillas. Sacreds, I don't wanna see ice like frost bringers. Some say, YST, you've got a cold heart. Yo, Smiley, come on, bring that heat like Ignatius.
Monster, if things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Raidzilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, Raidzilla, fire. Monster, shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
Heard he quit waiting with the clickbait, got paid, I made, I raid viz. Glow like nitrate, my fate is. Show you where my knife blade ends. Better hope we then bring the friends. Dopamine and the dopamine. Crack your skull like an opening. Shard 2X, here we go again. I'm a universe of death and I'm beyond your comprehension. I'll decapitate that fool if he enters my dimension. Alone in my life now, I don't need your permission. Boot all my cheaters out, call that CC suspension. Hair like extension, but without all the excuses. Looking for a top, I've been feeling all your nooses. I don't know when to stop, I be violating truces. Someone needs to do this, let me show you where the truth is. Clickbait like Medusa, your views are what I use. Like the words on my hoodie, I need a mirror to get through. You should fear the tubes, I've been deadly with the blues. I've been known to kill a synth, I'm a shepherd of the news.
Monster, if things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Raidzilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, Raidzilla, fire. Monster, shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
2021, what a year. Bittersweet is coming to an end. We gon' highlight a few things for the free to play and no to spin. Geomancer bro for one day, got us all hand like Victor Tez. He did it first though without a bug, man he hit for over 700 mil. Sean party with Layla at, who got partner this year. J Gigs, Uncle Patches, Smiley and Mr. Tham. Big shout to Saffron man, he the one that got us all hit. Can't forget Hell Hades helped us all to optimize gear. Doom Tower trying to do it fast, so we all got a comp with us here. Or just use Chris, like Kenpachi says. I've been imagining the day that I could beat the Raidzilla monster. Gonna need a savage set, crit rate on attack chest. Gear cleanse, you be lucky if you get a gear cleanse. Front one mass bench strats, trying to roll sub stats. Will it be speed, will it be flat? CVC got me click clack, click clack, click like a lab rat. Is H-dub, you can ask chat. Yo Gigs, tell him what's next.
Get a pack free, sadly, never happening. Keep 'em mad with the packs we bring. I can't be taking that heat. Take it back to brackets, the Halloween ringer. Look at my stat sheet. What attracts these people is my greatness, bitch. Like a 10x with a Valkyrie, like fat chicks. You never gonna grab me, neither. RNG the menace here to dominate, I'm greatest ever nominate. I'm getting inside the beat like I'm a surgeon, time to operate. I'm cutting him again, my lyrics gonna blade him with the skill up above every fucking body in the game, debilitating every rapper thinking they can integrate him and make anybody who playing right afraid to pay, but don't nobody want it, but they're gonna spin it anyway. Cause y'all beginning to see that I'm an villain, I'm a killer. You need to seal him, a thriller me. I'm a Liam Manila, you bringing the villain within me out of me. You don't wanna be here when I free the behemoth who lives in me. I keep it raving, call me Cena, cause there ain't no seeing me. I'm the deity of rapidity, increasing the speed and killing any affinity. Motherfucker, you better run or you finna be dead like free to play in silver 300% of you players couldn't beat a tenth of me. I'm at it to diminish you, bitch. I'm despicable. You wanna battle, I'm unkillable. I'm rolling with edges invisible. I'm inexplicable. I'm unequivocal. I'm unforgivable. I'm fucking biblical. An orange criminal. You never catch him digital. The god I radar ruler. Man, stop.
Hope you know I'm bringing force like I'm Anakin. Torment got you frozen, now you pose like a mannequin. Solo with that crimson and Bumblebee my witness. No heart like I'm Harvest from January to Christmas. You don't wanna miss this. More fusions. Welcome to TELERIA. Miscreate when I stepped in. Plat reset is risky. Like Clambo sending you back to the Bastion. System is getting landed. Dude, Legos are getting unfolded now. 100k that's Hades, 100k that's Ash. 100 mil on CB shouts to Deadwood, that's that. One artifact that's 5 mil, one amulet that's 10. CC's killing off this beat, murder raking with that pen. I've got my mask on like Jensen. Victor holding records like weights out of bench press. Samurai Shing in arena with my Shanakin. Jemba when now you're panicking. Skull crowns are getting taken out. Death Knight like Layla Fox. Sharp pulls for that summon rush. 3k subs in 8 months. Wanna shout you for all the love. Community we keep it strong. Valerian back and forth just like ping pong. Maybe in 5 years we'll get that Hydra boss. Forget a monster. You can call us raid zillas. Sacreds. I don't wanna see ice like frost bringers. Some say YST you've got a cold heart. Yo Smiley come and bring that heat like Ignatius.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Raid Zilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire. Raid Zilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
Heard he quit waking with a clickbait, got paid, I made, I raid viz. Flow like nitrate, my fate is. Show you where my knife blade ends. Better hope we then bring the friends. Dopamine and the dopamine. Crack your skull like an opening. Shard 2x, here we go again. I'm a universe of death and I'm beyond your comprehension. I'll decapitate that fool if he enters my dimension. Alone in my life now, I don't need your permission. Boot all my cheaters out, call that CC suspension. Hair like extension, but without all the excuses. Looking for a top, I've been feeling all your nooses. I don't know when to stop, I be violating truces. Someone needs to do this, let me show you where the truth is. Clickbait like Medusa, your views are what I use. Like the words on my hoodie, on your mirror to get through. You should fear the tubes, I've been deadly with the blues. I've been known to kill a synth, I'm a shepherd of the news.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Raid Zilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire. Raid Zilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
2021, what a year. Bittersweet is coming to an end. We gon' highlight a few things for the free to play and those to spin. Geomancer bro for one day, got us all hitting like Victor Tez. He did it first though without a bug, man he hit for over 700 mil. Sharp party with Layla App, who got partner this year. J Gigs, Uncle Patches, Smiley, and Mr. Tham. Big shout to Saffron Man, he the one that got us all hit. Can't forget Hell Hades, helped us all to optimize gear. Doom Tower trying to do it fast, so we all gotta comp with us here. Or just use Chris, like Kenpachi says. I've been imagining the day that I could beat the Raid Zilla monster. Gonna need a savage set, crit rate on attack chest. Gear cleanse, you be lucky if you get a gear cleanse. Front one, a mass bench stretch, trying to roll subs fast. Will it be speed, will it be flat? CVC got me click, clack, click, clack, click like a lab rat. Is H-dub, you can ask chat. Yo, Gigs, tell him what's next.
Get a pack free, sadly, never happening. Keep 'em mad with the packs we bring. I can't be taking that heat. Take it back to brackets, the Halloween ringer. Look at my stat sheet. What attracts these people is my greatness, bitch. Like a 10x with a Valkyrie, like fat chicks. You never gonna grab me, neither. RNG the minutes here to dominate, I'm greatest ever nominate. I'm getting inside the beat like I'm a surgeon, time to operate. I'm cutting him again, my lyrics gonna blade him with the skill up above every fucking body in the game, debilitating every rapper thinking they can integrate him and make anybody who playing right afraid of pain, but don't nobody want it, but they're gonna spin it anyway. Cause y'all beginning to see that I'm Amityville, I'm a killer, you need to seal him, a thriller me. I'm a Liam Manila, you bringing the villain within me out of me. You don't wanna be here when I free the behemoth to listen me. I keep engraving, call me Cena, cause they're in the sea of me. I'm the deity of rapidity, increasing the speed and killing any infinity. Motherfucker, you better run or you finna be dead like free to play in silver 300% of you players couldn't beat a tenth of me. I'm at it to diminish you, bitch, I'm despicable. You wanna battle, I'm unkillable. I'm rolling with Dutchess invisible, I'm inexplicable, I'm unequivocal, I'm unforgivable, I'm fucking biblical, an orange criminal. You never catch him digital, the god I radar ruler. Man, stop.
Magic keep, you know I'm bringing force like I'm Anakin. Torment got you frozen, now you pose like a mannequin. Solo with that crimson and Bumblebee my witness. No heart like I'm Harvest, from January to Christmas. You don't wanna miss this, more fusions. Welcome to TELERIA, miscreate when I stepped in. Plat reset is risky, like Clambo sending you back to the Bastion. System is getting landed, Legos are getting unfolded now. 100k that's Hades, 100k that's Ash. 100 mil on CB shouts to Deadwood, that's that. One artifact that's 5 mil, one amulet that's 10. CC's killing off this beat, murder raking with that pen. I've got my mask on like Jensen. Victor holding records like weights out of bench press. Samurai Shing in arena with my Shanakin. Jemba when now you're panicking. Skull crowns are getting taken out. Death Knight like Layla Fox. Sharp pulls for that summon rush. 3k subs in 8 months. Wanna shout you for all the love. Community we keep it strong. Valerian back and forth just like ping pong. Maybe in 5 years we'll get that Hydra boss. Forget a monster. You can call us raid zillas. Sacreds. I don't wanna see ice like frost bringers. Some say YST you've got a cold heart. Yo Smiley come and bring that heat like Ignatius.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chance, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Raid Zilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire. Raid Zilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
Heard he quit waking with the clickbait, got paid, I made I raid viz. Flow like nitrate, my fate is. Show you where my knife blade ends. Better hope we then bring the friends. Dopamine and the dopamine. Crack your skull like an opening. Start 2x, here we go again. I'm a universe of death and I'm beyond your comprehension. I'll decapitate that fool if he enters my dimension. Alone in my life now, I don't need your permission. Boot all my cheaters out, call that CC suspension. Hair like extension, but without all the excuses. Looking for a top, I've been feeling all your nooses. I don't know when to stop, I be violating intrusives. Someone needs to do this, let me show you where the truth is. Clickbait like Medusa, your views are what I use. Like the words on my hoodie, I need a mirror to get through. You should fear the tubes, I've been deadly with the blues. I've been known to kill a synth, I'm a shepherd of the news.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chance, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Raid Zilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire. Raid Zilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
2021, what a year. Bittersweet is coming to an end. We gon' highlight a few things for the free to play and those that spin. Geomancer bro for one day, got us all hitting like Victor Ted. He did it first though without a bug, man he hit for over 700 mil. Sharp party with Layla App, who got partner this year. J Gigs, Uncle Patches, Smiley and Mr. Tham. Big shout to Saffron Man, he the one that got us all hit. Can't forget Hell Hades, helped us all to optimize gear. Doom Tower trying to do it fast, so we all got a comp with us here. Or just use Chris, like Kenpachi says. I've been imagining the day that I could beat the Raid Zilla monster. Gonna need a savage set, crit rate on attack chest. Gear cleanse, you be lucky if you get a gear cleanse. Front one, a mass bench stress, tryna roll substats. Will it be speed, will it be flat? CVC got me click, clack, click, clack, click like a lab rat. Is H-dub, you can ask chat. Yo, Gigs, tell him what's next.
Get a pack free, sadly, never happening. Keep 'em mad with the packs we bring. I can't be taking that heat. Take it back to brackets, the Halloween ringer. Look at my stat sheet. What attracts these people is my greatness, bitch. Like a 10x with a Valkyrie, like fat chicks. You never gonna grab me, neither. RNG the minister to dominate, I'm greatest ever nominate. I'm getting inside the beat like I'm a surgeon, time to operate. I'm cutting him, I get my lyrics gonna blade him with the skill up above every fucking body in the game, debilitating every rapper thinking they can integrate him. And I make anybody who playing rate afraid of pain, but don't nobody want it, but they're gonna spin it anyway. Cause y'all beginning to see that I'm a medieval, I'm a killer. You need to seal him, a thriller me. I'm a Liam Manila, you bringing the villain within me out of me. You don't wanna be here when I free the behemoth to listen me. I keep it raving, call me Cena, cause they're in the sea of me. I'm the deity of rapidity, increasing the speed of killing any affinity. Motherfucker, you better run it, you finna be dead like free to play in silver 300% of you players couldn't beat a tenth of me. I'm attitude to finish you, bitch, I'm despicable. You wanna battle, I'm unkillable. I'm rolling with Dutch, invisible, I'm inexplicable. I'm unequivocal, I'm unforgivable, I'm fucking biblical. An orange criminal, you never catch him digital. They got our radar ruler. Man, stop.
Magic keep, you know I'm bringing force like I'm Anakin. Torment got you frozen, now you pose like a mannequin. Solo with that crimson and bomb will be my witness. No heart like I'm Harvest from January to Christmas. You don't wanna miss this. More fusions. Welcome to Teleria. Miscreate when I stepped in. Plat reset is risky. Like clan boss sending you back to the Bastion. System is getting landed. Dude, Legos are getting unfolded now. 100k that's Hades, 100k that's Ash. 100 mil on CB shouts to Deadwood, that's that. One artifact that's 5 mil, one amulet that's 10. CC's killing off this beat, murdering king with that pen. I've got my mask on like Jetson. Victor holding records like weights out of bed.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Knights of Teleria. Thank you all for joining us today. Man, we've got to talk about a bunch of things. Content creator games, both for official and non-official creators. Sponsored by Plarium, guys. We got to talk about the tavern improvements and how the interaction is coming into the long term of the game, and basically the overall morale. And without any of the, I wouldn't be able to do this show without all of my co-hosts for today. And listen, we're gonna start off with somebody who has never done a collab, and we've been asking to come on the channel for the longest time. Mr. Bronco Games. Bronco, how are you doing, brother? How has your week been?
My week was kind of fantastic. Many discoveries, and it was kind of fun hanging out with you in the Discord, doing all those things. And now I'm here. Glad to be here. And yeah, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm glad. Hold on, I think. Why don't we try that again, Bronco? And you tell us how your day was, because I think I was putting you into the wrong audio.
All right. Yeah, hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me now? Everything cool?
Can you guys hear Bronco?
Would be nice to know.
I'm pretty sure I fixed it. But yes, it's anytime I go Bluetooth.
All right, let me talk about my day. Like, my week was fantastic, guys. Many discoveries, and we had a great time. Like, me and BLAZIN hanging out in the Discord, and we tried something really cool. And hey, I had a great time. Now I'm here having a great time with you guys, joining the first time. And yeah, usually I was just watching the stream, and now I'm in it. Feels amazing. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. And hey, it was definitely a lot of fun hanging out with you. I mean, smashing the clan boss for what, 1 billion damage almost, and a one hit.
Yes, nice.
That was very fun. That was very fun. All right. So right underneath that, in the red little box, we've got Mr. Streamer of the Year, the ultimate $13.97 free-to-play player, Mr. FinalKenpachi. Ken, what's going on, brother?
Doing good, man. I go cinema again this week, and this time it was Mad Max Furiosa, and I really like this movie. Like, not gonna lie, I actually didn't watch the original Mad Max. I just watched the previous one like a couple of years ago with the Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy. Yeah, okay. But I really love the atmosphere. On the raid side, I pop up 5 secret, no lightning sadly. I tried to get the Falmount, but no luck. I tried the Trando comp this week on my friend account. Okay. On the Nightmare difficulty.
How did that go?
I mean, we reached 63 billion damage on the Nightmare. And but it was very hard, not gonna lie. Like Shuzan, we are using Shuzan, WMECO, Group Dog, and the Trando comp. And the one thing is I noticed, so Shuzan A2 ability, guys, you need to click on the Tranda, so Tranda get an extra turn, right? Tranda is so small, bro. It's really hard to click on her. Like, I got very panicking, whenever I use this skill. Oh my god, am I gonna be used that on the group talk instead of her? So it's gonna be ruining my game, Yeah, I really hope Plarium gonna be increase the Tranda size, so it can make the comp a little bit easier, because it was so hard to click on her.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go with Mr. Zero Brew dabbing over there, giving those creepy little heart hands.
Creepy
How
heart
was your
hands
week, my
in the
man?
house. Week's been great. We've been grinding away. I did my I actually right before the stream got my 5-star Wix will. Was not planning on doing that, but got the soul for him, that is. And it's been a good week. And then also just self-promote a little bit here, but we're gonna do a charity stream that's gonna be food and drink. So we talked about the rules. I get to pick one ingredient and I'm competing against another person. I can't cook, by the way. So more details to come, but would love to get people to come, and then donations go towards sabotages during the cooking, like cook with one hand, put on oven mitts, 1 minute timeout, things like that. So we're looking forward to that and spend some time with the food and drink community, and would love the Raid Shadow community to come over and do that. But so more to come, but looking forward to that. And Creepy Art Hands, what's up?
All right. Right next to him, we've got Mrs. Storm Gaming. Storm, how are you, brother?
I'm good. Also having a nice long weekend. It's a holiday weekend here in the U.S. I had the pleasure of taking my daughter out to the movies yesterday. Saw Garfield animated. That was lots of fun. Not Furiosa, but and I enjoyed it. Growing up, I saw a lot of Garfield, and I hate Mondays too. So there's that.
Do you eat lasagna? Is your favorite food lasagna?
It's one of my favorite foods. Yes.
Okay. All right. And you like to take long naps too?
Yeah, but with a 10-month-old and a
Do you hate
7-year-old
Mondays?
and stuff, I hate Mondays. Yeah.
All right. So you are Garfield in real life.
I am.
All right. Hey, and last but not least, sitting on the throne, right? The king himself, sporting the Mr. Carnage merch. We got Mr. Brunt Cat Herder. Brunt, what's going on, brother?
Hey, it's good to be here. It's been a weirdly busy week, but nice free weekend. So glad I could actually stop in again.
Nice. Glad to have you along. So we got PJ, who's out at a wedding, probably getting drunk, maybe hooking up with the bridesmaids. We don't know yet. I'm sure we'll find out next week.
Why isn't he live streaming this?
Why is he not streaming this?
Yeah.
And then Mr. J is taking this week off. He's got vacation this week, but he will be back next week. So that said, though, guys, like I said, we're going to be talking about a lot of things today. And the first thing I want to talk about is going to be the creator question of the week, right? And so the question is going to be, what has been the most unexpected challenge you faced as a content creator in your journey, and how did you overcome it? Now, you could be as personal as you want on this, or not personal, and you could choose to skip on it if it's really up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and start this off with, let's go with Mr. Bronco Gaming first.
I knew it. It's gonna be me, and I have not any thoughts about it. Like, yeah, I've been thrown in the cold water. What was the question again? Like, let me think about it.
What has been the most unexpected challenge that you have faced as a content creator, and how did you overcome it?
The most problems if you have like a certain spot how to make content, like one area in the game, and then go into other areas and stuff like that. So, like for example, I'm a team builder. If I do team building, my things are really looking nice. I have my clicks and stuff. But if I do arena content, because I'm a total noob on it, nobody's clicking. Nobody's interested because, yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. So they go to other content creators. They are specializing on just doing arena content. And yeah, go out of your box is a little bit hard sometimes. But how did I overcome it? Just don't bother on the end. Just do whatever you think is cool for you and is fun. You have enjoyment about it, and just go ahead and do it. Even don't think about what else is coming about the content around it and stuff. Just go for it, have fun, and see what's gonna happen.
Okay, all right. And I agree there. I think that is one of the toughest things is trying to branch off into different, aspects of the game because we all do have our little niche that we work on, and trying to go outside of the comfort zone is definitely a hard thing. Let's go with Mr. Brunt Cat Herder next.
All right. Well, mine's pretty detailed, but I know a lot of the folks, at least on the call here, know, but I don't know how many folks that are watching know. I had thyroid cancer, and I actually could not talk when I started content creating. I lost my voice. My left vocal cord does not work still to this day, which is pretty impressive. I'm talking. And that was a huge challenge. I used text to speech for a while, and then I had some surgery to bulk up some stuff to be able to kind of talk. And so then instead of sounding like Christian Bale's Batman voice, I sounded like Christian Bale trying to do a Batman voice and actually being understandable, to where I'm at now, which just sounds like I've been, wrestling a horse with my throat or something along those lines. It's still a problem because vocally it can go at any time. It can be challenging for me. You'll notice I drink a lot of water or other stuff when I'm streaming. That helps quite a bit. My voice can trail off a little bit. If I talk too much sometimes, it can be painful for me to talk still. And my voice does not have a lot of volume. I'm almost at the maximum volume I can regularly control without losing my voice right now to get picked up on a mic so you guys can hear. And, it's been interesting and frustrating, and honestly, it's very dehumanizing when you can't talk with people. But at the same time, one of the things that I love about the raid community and the content creator space in general is that you guys are not only so accepting of that type of stuff, but the only reason I even started streaming is I had a number of people in various chats say, we want you to stream. You know what you're talking about. You're helping us in private chats. Why don't you start streaming? Mm-hmm. And that was just so uplifting for me, and that's why I'm still here today, and that's why that's really kind of how I've overcome it. It's just been a lot of this is now me giving back to the community because, not only do people enjoy some of this content, they like learning about the game. It's given me an opportunity to teach about the game and at the same time get some of that human connection in a game that really doesn't have a lot of human connection otherwise, because you could just sit nose of the grindstone and play raid, but there's so much human interaction that happens because of things like YouTubes and Twitches and stuff like that, and it's just a great community overall.
Okay, all right. I knew you had some stuff with your voice. I didn't know it was cancer, but man, that's as a creator, that I can't imagine being put or having
I could
that.
not talk for a year and a half at all, and it was rough.
Okay, so we have one request here for you, and it's say I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
All right, got a little bit.
It's not as good as it used to be. It used to be really, really good when I could barely talk, and it sounded like I was grumbling when I could barely talk. But
all right. Let's go next with Mr. FinalKenpachi.
I think the most futuristic thing, the annoying thing is the technical issues, right? Like, you are checking everything double, triple, and every time something went wrong. Actually, whenever I start streaming first time, I was using 8 years old PC, and it was keep crashing, randomly. Or actually was using Streamlabs back in the day. It was keep crashing. Like, I'm after the stream all the day, I was talking to the support team. We are trying to figure out what's going on wrong, and I finally managed to upgrade my PC. I put CPU, motherboard, and the RAM, stuff like that. I was excited, I did like, hey guys, let's take a look at the test stream, stuff like that. And PC just randomly restarted itself. The new PC I just built. And yeah, like, especially you don't want something like that on the stream, I tried everything. I go website, I search everything. Didn't find anything. Like, literally 1 week, I resist to not take my old PC back because I wasn't know the problem. But then I find the problem. The CPU I purchased was factory faulty, so I sent them back.
Okay.
I set up my old PC again. They sent me the new one, and thankfully that program was fixed. And my crash problem looks like was because of my PC was old. The crash problem also gone. But again, on these days, like still something go wrong. OBS crashing, internet disappearing. Especially in Turkey, electric can go anytime. You know, like you don't want your electric is go in 2 hour in the Hydra, and it's happening.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Especially with that double
So
chamber comp, huh?
No, thankfully that day didn't go well. I mean, the electric was there, so thankfully I can die in peace now, you know. But yeah, my biggest problem is the technical issues, man.
Okay. I gotta say, that was the first thing for me too, is trying to figure all this stuff out was definitely very complicated. I'm just like, luckily, YouTube exists. So you don't know it, just YouTube it, right? There's a guide out there for everything. Let's go with Mr. Zero next. What about you, brother?
All right. So my biggest challenge is, and I think this is probably goes out to a lot of people, and I haven't figured out how to master it yet, which I know is the second half of your question, and I'm not going to answer because I don't know. But I think it's really tough to go from streaming live on Twitch to doing YouTube videos, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's they're two totally different animals. And one would think, you know, I'm coming up on my 6 years of streaming on Twitch, so I feel like I've mastered the art of twitching, but I am such a novice and beginner at YouTube, and it seems like a giant mountain to climb. So, yeah, and it would be nice just to, you know, grab the highlights out, but it's a whole lot of work and a lot of toughness. So I haven't figured it out, but that's, I think, my biggest challenge in all of this.
Okay. Well, you know, sometime this week, if you want to, we can get together and, you know, kind of run a couple of things through. And I'm not the best at it, but I've learned a lot of things. So definitely willing.
We need to
share
get
and help out with
together.
that.
I got to help you with your audio, so I got you on the technical stuff.
Brunt helped me out a little bit with it this week. I'm still trying to figure out some other things out, but let's get to Mr. Storm Gaming. What about you, brother?
Well, I still haven't figured it out because I'm not a content creator. So I don't have a single YouTube video out there. I did Twitch a couple of times, and I don't have any issues with that. The biggest obstacle for anybody, I would imagine, if you're not doing it full time, is probably time.
Yep.
Because between kids, family, and real work and real life, it's hard, you know.
Oh, and the 18 hours they make you play this game?
Yeah, right. So I think time is usually, even in real life, that's usually the, you know, kind of a hard commodity to have an abundance of. So I would imagine it's that. At some point, I'll probably tackle that, and I'll let you know again how that went.
Well, the biggest
it
thing
really is. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah, it really is a case of the hardest thing to do sometimes is actually just starting it, because there's so many things, and you want to be perfect, you want to be presentable and everything, and nobody is. Go and check, you know, big YouTube channels, check their first video. They're usually pretty bad by comparison, but at the same time, you won't grow if you don't do it. And it's, you know, if you want to do the content creation stuff, go for it. It doesn't mean you're going to necessarily succeed, but if at least you can give it a try, you can certainly hope you can get to the next level. And honestly, if you're having fun with it, it doesn't matter if you get to the next level. Part of the issue is having fun.
Exactly.
Totally agree.
I think it's the same kind of thing like going to Vegas and thinking you're gonna, you know, clean the house. The house is gonna clean you. Go in and have some fun.
Exactly.
You know,
expect to lose the money you're gambling overall.
As soon as you say this is it, I'm gonna get it, you're already lost. So just
why you clean house in the Las Vegas?
Clean house? It's an expression.
It's an expression when you feel like you're gonna go in and you're gonna, you know.
Well, I'm too after before that.
Yeah.
I can't understand. I'm sorry.
No worries. I'll explain.
So myself, I mean, you guys had a lot to go through, and I definitely feel like my biggest thing, and I'm still challenged with it, is my audio. I feel like my voice is just coming out very raspy. Like I'm looking through and listening a lot of my audio, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is cringeworthy. How do I have so many people still watching me? And I don't know. And I've been trying to fix it. Brent helped me out a little bit this week. You know, maybe it's just upgrading my mic or something like that. Like I'm still using, I think the microphone's the only original thing I'm still using on my setup. So maybe I just need to pony up and buy a new one, and that might be better. But that has been my biggest thing. But everything you guys are saying, from time to just getting started, it's all, you know, converting from YouTube to Twitch or Twitch to YouTube. Like I never used to do Twitch up until we started doing the podcast. And even with that, I still find that it's hard enough for me to find time to do a Twitch stream, right? Because most of you guys stream for what, 4, 5, 6 hours at a time. I can't do that. Yeah,
Every day.
That's a lot. I can't do that. So, and when I do try to, I try to do it at like 2 hours, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, I got to get going now. So, and I feel kind of, because it just, like, when does a stream really start, right? But, all right, so enough of me and you guys talking about what our challenges are. At the beginning of the stream, Ken said, I have one sacred. We have 10x on this guy. If I...
Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, all right. Sorry, I was just talking the banana. They said it's fine. Go for
okay.
it.
All right.
Yeah, I fixed it for you. Don't worry.
I appreciate it. So we got the 10x.
Is this streamer loot? We're about to get here.
Let's go. Type in the chat, guys. Will we get gold? Let's find out.
Let's go! Let's go!
Bro, what?
What the?
Polarium scam us. No.
All right, Romero.
+4 Romero. There you go.
+4. Let's go.
Enjoy.
All right, so let's get into today's topic of the show, guys. I'm actually kind of excited to talk about this because the changes to the tavern have been great, right? It's something we've been asking for. It's definitely something that's been needed. I can't say enough good things about it, but there are some things that are a little concerning. And the major thing I want to show you guys is, so this last week, myself and the clan that I'm in had a really tough CVC. Now, don't go off, start, playing your world's smallest violin for me. Content creator complaining about CVC. But I feel like this is going to become a much bigger problem than it is. So we had a pretty big size battle, right? 34 million to 36 million is what the final outcome was. But for about the last 15 hours, we were leading close to about 1 million to 1.5 million. They started closing the gap. We started opening it, so it was kind of that tug of war battle. And Arabad, who's actually another raid content creator, he did a video on one of his. Well, he'll actually tell you up until like the last 10 minutes, they were losing. And because of these new, upgrades that we got to the tavern, they were able to boast close to 3 million points within a 10-minute time frame. Now, again, content creator complaining about CVC, Whale complaining about CVC. That's not what I'm trying to get to, but I feel over the long term, this is going to be a much bigger problem. So there's going to be a lot of things. So the first thing I want to ask you guys is going to be let me put my questions up here, because I actually went into depth making sure that I've got all these questions up for you guys. And that is going to be the first question. Come on, stop messing with me. All right, so the first question is going to be the tavern tactics, right? And I want to ask you guys, how do you feel that the improvements on the tavern, the strategies for allocations during CVC or even doing champ training, how do you think this is going to start affecting, right? So basically, is it going to be the time where we just don't do anything at the beginning and then we just burst at the very last second? Or do you think it's just not going to really matter? I'm going to throw this first question to Zero Brew.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of things. First of all, how dare you, sir, put up $34 million, not $1 million, but 34 million points in CVC. Come on. We got a third of that. Yeah, I know, right? You're at that top tier, what we all strive to be. No, you know, because the resources in the game are finite. I think, you know, for example, like the green shards, the mystery shards, right? Like, it was actually really cool because you could speed through feeding those champions, and I actually used like 1,800 this go around. I was close to 11. Actually, I was over 11,000. I'm down to 9,300. But it made that process a little bit easier. But again, that's just a giant finite resource that I've been just hoarding onto because it's been such a pain to use. I think the bigger thing is not necessarily CVC, but even worse would be if they were to do like where they've done in the past, like get a crisp if you training. Or the champ training, but you get the very top level. That's where the sniping is going to be the worst, I'd imagine. But again, if you're holding on to that many resources, you're just gonna lose to that if you're not holding on to that much resources. And then I'd imagine it'll clean that out over time, maybe, and you'll see less of it. Maybe that's me being optimistic, which is not normal for me. But yeah, so I think I answered that direct questions. I had plenty more to say about Tavern, but we'll let other people take a turn.
All right. Yeah. And you can see some of the points here, right? It was literally just the very last 10 minutes. People were able to sneak through. And my bigger concern for this, I guess, is going to be, you know, what about those smaller clans that you look at things and you're like, oh, well, wait, we're going... it looks like we can 3-0 them because these guys aren't doing anything. They're not logging in. They're not anything. And then, boom, last 30 minutes, they come in, they pop in, blow everything they have. They overtake you, and you're not out the resources you put in that you could have used down the line because you thought you were safe, right?
Can I take a...
You're next.
You say like smaller clan. Do you think smaller clan facing smaller clan on the CVC?
I do. I think some of them are facing smaller clans, some of them facing bigger clans. Because
do you know what is the biggest problem on the CVC?
The matchmaking.
The big clan, the whale clan, in purpose doing no point on the no PR to face a smaller clan on the PR CVC. Yep. And nobody talking about that. Sniping was the thing, bro. Like before the Tavern improvement, it's easier now. Yeah, you need to prepare yourself. Like,
well, sniping before used to take you like an hour, half an hour, you know, and you used to be...
I believe they can still snipe you, like, even the Tavern improvement, to be honest, if they want.
Even without the Tavern improvements, they still could.
Yeah.
But it would they would have to be on a little longer, right? They wouldn't be able to put up... Like, here's the thing. Like, for them to literally put up 3 million points, and it wasn't the whole clan that put up a lot of numbers. Like, I've got more screenshots, but it was probably, like, the top 10, 15 people, if that put up those kind of numbers. Even myself, I was able, like I was sitting, I want to say 2 hours into, or no, not 2 hours. I want to say about 6 hours towards the end of the CVC. I was just kind of blew everything I had and put up almost 1.4, right? And I did most of those points in probably 30 minutes because of the Tavern.
I mean, like, I wasn't thinking like upgrading champion skill was that hard on the previous Tavern. You just can put multiple skill, but again, like if you have a tons of the legendary book, you can still put them by upgrade the champion, exit, go back to Tavern, and you can put them again. It was still very easy to put massive amount of the point if you have a massive amount of the legendary book, you know. Now you can stack your legendary book. Of course, it's easier. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying you are wrong there, but that wasn't the CVC big deal, you know, in my opinion. And the other thing is, I really don't know why you guys pushing that hard on CVC. Like, you guys probably spend them way more than this PR reward, right? I mean, it's all about the ego, right? Like, you guys don't care about the reward at all. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
It's all about the ego, like, to be honest. Like, you don't need a 2,000 energy, right? After you put, like, million of the point. I don't think you need it.
And just for context, too, on that, HH put up a video like 2 or 3 months ago where he was talking about how the tavern can be effectively used for champion training tournaments.
Yeah.
And he put up
That-
15,000 points in 15 minutes with the old tavern. So the new tavern isn't really changing that much.
I mean, again, it's going to be make everything easier. You know, like when they put the champion or the special reward on the champion training tournament, you know, like you need to be finished number 1. I think it's going to be more, how to say that, important than the CVC reward, to be honest, in my opinion. But again, like before the tavern improvement, I see the people on my chat, hey man, like a guy just sniped me in the 1k point, you know, the guy sniped me. I mean, snipe was a thing. Like, don't want to lose the tavern improvement because of the snipe.
No,
It's a
and
little bit easier now.
Don't get it confused, guys. I'm not calling for, you know, any sort of alterations to this. This is just a conversation I feel we need to have because there's going to be people coming in and it's going to happen to them. And, you know, we'll get to it in a little bit here, but the overall gameplay of how people are going to interact with this, with these two game modes, with, you know, CVC along with champ training, I feel like could essentially hurt some of the player base and be like, fuck this, I'm out, I'm done, I got screwed, I went all in. And, you know, it could affect the player base and just how they go through. But let's go with Mr. Brunt next.
Okay. And just for clarity's sake, I'm in 2 different clans. So I've got my regular account that I run. That's in the same clan that Ash, the content creator, is in. And then I've got my alt that runs the lower tier clan that, you know, we haven't even unlocked Nightmare Hydra, for example, in that clan. We're regularly in tier 1, occasionally in tier 2 CVC. And having experienced both of them, and now to be fair, Ash's clan is not a ultra high-end clan either. We're a top 200 clan, but we're not a top 50 clan, and we're not arguing for a top 50 clan. And we just kind of always have, and will probably still continue to just casually play and not really work on the sniping stuff too much. And a lot of the reason we don't do the sniping stuff, which I think is a bigger problem than the tavern making it easier, is that it is very difficult for people that are in US to do any sort of sniping, just like it is difficult for us to do platinum pushes. Anything that happens that ends at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is just so difficult for most people's lifestyles in this particular region that we just can't do it. And it doesn't matter if it's easier for somebody to do it. If half our clan is simply in the US not going to get up at 2 in the morning to, you know, because they're not dedicated enough, clearly. No. You know, you're just not gonna, it doesn't matter how easy it is to do. If more people on the other team can do it, you're going to get out sniped. And it's just the way the game works. And that's a lot of why we've moved to a, you know, we've called very early the last one. We were down by like 3 million points and we ended up losing by 3 or 3.5 million, but we got to a 2-1 loss at least. So we didn't feel too bad about it. But it was just never a competition. So we basically said, you know, pull up, don't worry about it. I, on the other hand, had pulled and booked my Mikage, dealt with Wixwell early, and did a bunch of other stuff early that, you know, yes, I technically could have saved some points for it. But the other disadvantage of people taking these tactics is if you're always saving things for the last minute and only using them when you can burst for them, you're going to hurt your own account progression. Because at some point in time, you're saying, I can't book this champion right now because it's too many CVC points to do it when it's not CVC at the last minute. And that's no fun either.
Okay. And I get that too. Like, you know, if you're just saving things, when are you actually going to be able to play something, right? We're not playing Raid Shadow Legends. We want to play Raid Shadow Legends. So exactly. I totally agree with you on that. All right, let's go with Bronco next. What about you, brother?
Yeah, thanks for choosing me the last one so I can actually make some thoughts. Yeah, the topic is about the tavern. And you include CVC with it. That's kind of a problem for me because I really do not care about CVC at all. I'm in a clan. We just taking it really easy. We go hard on Hydra, but we just chilling on CVC. Too many drama about it. And we just decided we're not going to do it. And I'm thinking about convenience. The tavern is a area in the game where you should increase your level of your champions, and that's probably pretty easy for you. That's the best case for us. But when you think about like champion training events, all the things that come in from outside into the tavern, then it is kind of a problem. I can see that right now too for people that are going for CVC. You can walk in 10 minutes really, really easy points if you have everything set up and just one clicking it, getting all the 5 stars in one shot and stuff. And yeah, I think more about convenience, and I just do like it more that they increase and lower the time in there, making us level up those mystery shards, like taking the mystery shards out there and making them really easy to pick and stuff is way better than just thinking about CVC. In my opinion, CVC is just nothing you should really care about. Like he said, it's just an ego thing, and yeah, the tavern should be increased anyway more further than that. Like even stuff like you can pick rares right now, but only 6 of them. Why is that still happening? Why can't you just click them all and stuff? And more about convenience on the end than just making those points. But yeah, those tournaments and stuff, they will go crazy. I can see that.
Yeah, that's the other thing is the tournaments, right? They're, imagine having a Krisk level event, or even imagine if this was open through Archer and players had, like I had 100,000 points. I thought I was fair in the lead. Like the next guy next to me was like 80K behind. But now with this, where we could just literally burst the last 5 minutes, 100,000 points, no problem.
That's why I don't even trying it anymore. So that just makes me so uncomfortable that I'm not going even in. So at this point, when I think about that, it's more of a thing. I'm just not gonna start it.
Okay, fair. Let's go to Mr. Storm next.
My take on CVC, I'm going to agree with the last two. It's completely irrelevant. If you're hoarding because you want to be a team player and win a CVC, you're not playing the game. I have a cluster and I always say, hey, we're here to have fun. We win. We don't. It's not a big deal. What do we really care about? 2-4 pieces of gear that's probably not going to roll the way we want it to. The other rewards honestly don't really matter. If you play in the game, you'll get those rewards much faster. The Tavern upgrade is great. It now gives us a chance. Well, it gives somebody a chance to maybe put up burst points instead of, against those whales who open all those shards, and then people used to complain like, oh, we don't have the wallet for this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're opening up and getting all these champs. That's why they're getting big points. It's great. If you could do it that way, if you're sitting on a ton of stuff, do it. It's out there in the game. It's completely legal. It's there for you to utilize. Utilize it. It's just not that important. I'm sorry. It doesn't. All it shows CBC as a whole is if you have a big wallet, and it's not really playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay. You actually just brought something up here. Fair play. Now, I want to get real down to the nitty gritty with the whole sniping thing. Is it actually fair play? Like, should it be allowed, or should Plarium take measures against it being in the game, right? Is it good morale for the player base, for the community? If you're going hard head to head with somebody, you're ahead, whether it be because you've saved the resources like Ken, or you're a whale like me and you're just going out for an event, and then at the very last minute they snipe you because of whatever. Should there be some sort of remedy behind that, right? And the reason I'm asking this is because it is used mostly in CVC and with the champ training. There's not almost anywhere else that we could snipe, because you'd really have to have, a super crazy account to be able to do stuff faster. But let's go ahead and throw this to Mr. Ken first.
There's one more place you can snipe.
Where's
Platinum.
that? Yes.
Yeah, Platinum. Speaking of the fair play, I also don't think, boosting your own clan member is the fair play. I also don't think like finding the same guy in the page that doesn't have a team against the Astra Elite, so you can 5-second him, You can refresh the page and somehow you can see the same guy again. You can do it again under 10 seconds and do it again. I think you can do up to 3 times. I also don't think this is also fair play, but they are not against the rule. That's the thing. Like boosting your own club member is not against the rule. Refreshing page, finding the guy that you can be sure you can kill him, not against the rules. They are not against the rule, guys. Like, so I'm not making the rules there. You know, is that fair play? In my opinion, it's not fair play. In my opinion, also top 10 clan facing like top 300, top 500 clan is also not fair play on the CVC. I mean, I saw Tranda doesn't look fair play to me. You know, she can do billion of the number. I just have a normal team on the hard difficulty. Last week I finally reached 1 billion. And like I said, I tried Tranda comp nightmare difficult on my friend account, and just from one attack she's just doing like 700 million or something like 70 million. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Like, you know, in a nightmare difficulty.
Okay.
Again, but they are not against the rule. So if you guys not happy about them, the only way to Pilarium gonna be changed, you guys need to be you guys need to be say louder. You guys need to try to contact the content creator. You guys need to force them to make a video. Then more video, more people watch the video, more people support the video. You guys can take the attention of the Pilarium. Otherwise, they are not going to do anything. You know, like so. Because like end of the day, it's a free-to-play game and pay to win. I mean, it's totally normal too. You know, so.
That is fair. That is fair. Zero, you're next.
Yeah, I think Broughton hit the nail on the head for the US based players. It just makes it so hard. So like putting in measures, I think if they wanted to be fair, more so than preventing sniping, they should do like every other week, swapping 12 hours, right? So instead of 4 a.m. for us Monday morning, it goes to 4 p.m. Sunday evening and back and forth. I would rather see them do something like that to implement more fair play globally, since this is such a global game, than preventing sniping specifically. So
not during football season. 4 p.m. Sunday's no good.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. I feel that, but. It's still better than 4 a.m. on Monday, especially if you have got to wake up at 8 a.m. to go to work or whatever the next day. And you know what's crazy is I don't even have a job right now, and it's tough for me to stay at 4 a.m.
For Platinum, it's specifically the reason that they have the time it is right now is they want to be in the office for Platinum Reset in case something goes wrong with their servers, which is pretty hilarious considering how automated this has got to have been by now. But that's, I believe, they gave Murder Inc. that rationale, and that was why they said that the time would probably never be particularly good for the US because they need to be in the office, and they will not be in the office outside of normal times on a Monday through Friday.
Makes
which
sense.
basically screws the US out of possibly ever having a platinum time unless they automate it more or they stage it or they make regions or something like that.
There are plenty of companies who work at night, have shifts that work at night. It's an easy pick.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Is they would really only have to hire a handful of people to deal with it, and we saw how much money they made last week, so I think they could afford to do that for the player base. Go ahead, Brunt. I'm sorry.
No, that's I just wanted to jump in with that quickly and let Zero finish unless he's done.
Yeah, no, I'm done, but that's a very valid point. I mean, that makes sense, right? I don't know. I just feel like they should have a little bit more fairness when it comes to that. But I get it. Like especially because all the events end around that same time, right? It's not just Platinum or CVC.
Depending on the time you log in to the game and stuff like that, because sometimes you'll have people log in much later to be able to get into different events at a different time. I think I don't know the exact science, but I've been working behind the scenes trying to figure out what times I need to log in for me to be able to get easier brackets. So when I do have something available, I'll let you guys know. But that is something that happens. That's why some of your, like one of your events might end the day before mine or 6 hours or 8 hours before or after mine. Right.
There is some play to that. I know what you're talking about. There's some play where if you don't log in, if you're not logged in and you log in later than the event normally starts. You get put in a group when you log in with other people that log in at a similar time. The problem is that people that in theory are doing that could just as easily be same people looking to do the same thing you're
Right.
doing with it. And of course, you're also giving up the fact that you might be having an automated thing running your account overnight, because I can use RSL Helper, for example, to say at 5 a.m. start running Spider on a CVC night. So it starts running Spider immediately, and I don't get up for 2 or 3 hours. But at least I got a couple Spider runs in there while I'm waiting for, to wake up to deal with my clan boss stuff and all the stuff I deal with in the morning.
Right.
That's a bold move to trust RSL from not glitching.
All right.
50-50.
Brunt, why don't you give us your take on the fair play?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. This is a game. There's the pay to win element to it, and sniping is probably one of the easier things it is pay to win to do. But sniping happens in all kinds of content. The farming for gear, those tournaments that people used to snipe those all the time, because if I've got a 30-second farm in Fire Night 25, for example, way back in the day, and somebody else is running a 3-minute, it didn't matter that, there's a certain point where the point lead was too much, but as long as I stayed within a point lead, I know I could run 3 times as much stuff as this guy can. I can dump a ton of energy in a very short period of time and beat him. Plus, I know some people are not logged in all the time. Champion training, obviously, there wasn't the need to snipe as much because it wasn't as cool as now winning Crisks or other champions that you can win. But, you get the chance to see what happened, like Hell Hades for a course of a week is one of the ones that was documented pretty well. Many, many people drug out that Chris champion training tournament, and it was horrible for a lot of them because it was so much of a grind and there was so easy to snipe. But it's just the nature of the game is that there's going to be some ways to snipe, and you really can't. The moment you start regulating how you can and can't snipe, you're going to have people say, well, what about this way? What about this way? What about this way? What about this way? And it's, one of the better ways to make it fair is to adjust some of the end times that we talked about before. That would help a little bit. So like if CVC, started at, 5 p.m. instead of 5 a.m., for the US occasionally, then hey, we'd have a chance to snipe at the end of the day, but people would still complain because then you'd have people that would be, well, I'm in the middle of my job now instead. So instead of being able to get up at 2 a.m, now I have to go to the bathroom and spend 30 minutes on my phone instead of, my job. It's you're never going to have a perfect scenario for everybody. And
just tell your boss you're constipated. You'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure Ken was one of the ones that would go to the bathroom and hide to get that arena, right?
Platinum, yeah, I'm pushing slow my phone.
It really is you're talking about the ultra high end stuff that's really where a problem. CVC, where yes, the rewards are kind of cool, but it's not worth. A lot of people that actually know what they're talking about, it's not worth anything other than prestige of not losing some of this stuff. It's because you're going to spend more to get the rewards than the rewards are worth. Getting the champions, it's certainly impactful because some of those champions are kind of cool and you spend a lot of resources. And that's even worse because at least in CVC, you get the regular CVC rewards regardless of whether you win or lose. Whereas, suddenly I went from getting crisp to not getting crisp and getting 5-star relentless gear and getting, and it's just...
don't forget the 2 legendary books. I did 350,000 points and I got 2 legendary books. So
that's only if you come in the top 10 in global. So
no, that was for the event. I got 2 legendary books, and that was a very expensive event. I will say.
I mean, that's another one to throw on the fair play and rewards aren't worth much. Is if the global rewards were the top 20 in the world, you can be number 19 in the world and get a free epic extra book.
Yeah.
Why? Who cares?
Yeah, that's also something we could talk about a little more in depth. But let's go to Mr. Bronco next. What about you, man?
So about CVC and sniping, I think it's a kind of two-sided coin.
Sniping, because it can happen in jam trading and in other areas. But yes, in fact of sniping. This is kind of a two-sided coin. We have like people that always asking for make stuff easier. And if you make stuff easier, it's of course easier to gain points on the end. On the other side, you have people that
they take it really seriously and they want to win, and I can get that. But the real problem behind it is if you just make it easier to get stuff and spend stuff, on the end you have to pay more, and that's really the problem behind it, I think. And yeah, but there was always things like that where people, like, for example, firstly it was just doing dungeon spider or something. Who has the better spider team, and they probably win if they have more people doing it. But then they came out with super raids, and the time it got even worse for you, because the people who got slower teams, they don't get too many points instead of those who have faster teams, and so on. It split more and more and more, and these days I really do think that is a problem. And a guy like me, best example, I'm totally demotivated to actually join the mode and go in there and have some fun and stuff, because something like that can happen on the end, and I'm just not risking it, going all my resources and having nothing about it. And yeah, it is. Yeah, I think that's all my thoughts.
Okay. Let's go to Mr. Storm next.
I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
Fair play, right? Sniping strategy, is it a fair play?
It is fair play. It's there available for you. If you're talking about being ethical or not, that's a different story. But it is fair play. The game has it. It's not frowned upon. It's definitely fair play. Is it going to make somebody feel bad? Yeah, but I mean, if you want to take the first place, if you want to win, it's the possibility of doing that, using that snipe ability is there for you. By all means, ultimately you want to win. So it is fair play.
Okay.
Ethics and fair play is a little bit of a different story, but yeah, I think it is fair play.
Okay. So Bronco actually brought a good point in, right? Because he says, I don't engage with it, and it kind of is what it is. But what about the overall engagement of the event, right? Because CVC, I mean, the rewards are decent. What we put in for an effort is too much, but we also have clan wars that are going to be coming, right? So with that, I want to say, what could change to make CVC more encouraging or engaging for the community to actually want to do it and not be too disgusted with the result, right? So I'm going to throw this to the free-to-play player first. Ken.
I mean, we are not pushing on the PR CVC, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, because, the sniping, the thing, I'm at the work whenever the CVC is ending. I cannot be, do that. And some player from USA on my clan, they are sleeping or the work again. And we just check the CVC reward, and it's totally not worth to get all the stress, all these resources wasted. We have a little bit rules like 200, 250k, like if you can get that on the CVC, you can even book your champion outside of the CVC on the champion training, do whatever you want, End of the day, we play the game for the fun. But obviously, they are not the main reason we are not pushing on the PR CVC, because matchmaking system, terrible and totally open the abuse, and it's totally, it's totally abusable, like matchmaking system. But I talk a lot about it, but I feel like I'm alone end of the day. I feel like the clan is not making a point on the previous CBC should be drunk, in my opinion. Maybe they need to be narrow the tier 6 little bit, maybe top 100 clan can stay there. So Whale clan doesn't gonna be able options to push instead of the cheating,
That's a good
Cheating
one.
enough to stay on the tier 6, my bad, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think the biggest thing they can do it is to improve the matchmaking, in my opinion. Or maybe they can boost the PR reward.
Okay.
Maybe that can be a little bit inviting again. But again, if they don't fix the matchmaking system, it's just going to be.
That's
more
also
food
what
for the
I
Whale
think.
clan.
Matchmaking is the most biggest problem. You get
Yeah.
clans that shouldn't be in your ranking. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know. In real life, this is always working, right? I don't know American football, guys. On the normal football, let's say you are Barcelona. Going to be world champion. You are playing that well, right? Bro, you are not facing a team from I don't know, very
number
small
one team.
football club. Yeah, I mean a very small football club, right? You are
Yeah.
facing the football club by your level, right? Because everybody try to get a championship.
Yeah.
You know, if you're playing good, you are gonna face the good. I mean, this is how the matchmaking should be work, but in this game, it doesn't work like that. If you are Messi, you are facing, I don't know, the nameless football player.
Okay.
Yes, matchmaking and also the rewards, they are pretty not as great as you might think for the resources you put in a whole clan, and
Oh, yeah.
it's just not worth it mostly. So you're not too engaging on it.
It's like it reminds me global reward actually. I find it very funny, and I'm so happy about it. You know, it is the one of the places I never be part of it. The global leaderboard. Actually, like I don't know you guys notice it, but this Dragon 3x lifestyle, I may be first time reach the global leaderboard. By the way, if I go because nobody push for that. 3x lifestyle.
I've hit it a couple of times, but it's nothing to be proud of. I will say it's nothing to be proud of because at the end I didn't win anything, and we know who really wins. All right, let's go to Mr. Zero next.
So you're gonna have to ask the original question again. On that one.
Okay. The overall engagement, right? What could be done to make these game modes a little more engaging for the community? What would, you know, during a PRCVC, what would actually have to happen for you to be to be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna engage in it, not just reach the last milestone, then I'm done, I'm out of here, I don't care what happens afterwards.
Yeah, I think, well, one thing that really irks the crap out of me is them forcing us to do certain things in the game. For example, the Hydra key to complete your advanced rewards for the daily. I want to be able to run my Hydra keys when I want to run my Hydra keys. For example, there might be something announced later, and I want to test, but now I have to run a Hydra key before the reset, or I don't get all my maximum rewards. So I think that that's one thing, like you know, especially because, you know, they introduced the CVC aspect in the Hydra, but then they threw the silly little daily thing. So, like, you know, if I want to snipe at the end of the week, let me snipe at the end of the week or whatever. So I think that would be one thing to consider. Also, I know we've moved on from the tavern, but I just want to say that Blame did a really good job of fixing some aspects of it. And if it leads to more sniping, I think I'm okay with it. Let's get those chickens like the brews in one stack, though. Come on, Plarium.
You know, that's funny because in the pictures they released us, they showed stacked, but they're not. But in the pictures that they released us, they showed stacked.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So more engaged. I think because I didn't even think about that, but I think 100% the matchmaking needs to be a thing, right? FinalKenpachi said it perfectly, like fighting the best teams in a tournament, right? You get rankings, and, you know, college football is about to go to a 12-team playoff, and again, it's going to be the top 12 teams, and they're going to, rank them and then match them and pit them against each other. I think that absolutely needs to be a thing. So,
and I'm looking at chat here. Sorry, not to cut you off, but I'm looking at chat here, and everybody says, you know, I'm looking at Big Pops here that says, you know, the way CVC matchmaking goes is whoever wins from the last CVC that's a non-PR decides where the PR goes. What if we just did PR placements stay with PR placements and non-PR stay with non-PR? I think that is definitely one of the ways we should go. Right?
That would help quite a bit. Yeah.
That would alleviate a lot of these top tier clans, a lot of these whales, krakens, you know.
Yes.
And hey, listen, milk them. Don't milk the.
I mean, it's a good thing for Tavern, by the way. They are going to spend more money. True. They are going to fight each other instead of the top 500 clan. You know. I don't know. This company want to lose the money, man. We are giving them a message.
We're gonna start doing comments of the days on the podcast, and this is gonna be the comment of the day. I think this hands down wins it as the comment of the day. Put the PR rewards with their own different tier every single time. Just go based off the PR personal rewards as opposed to, because here's the other thing: you literally could have somebody that is a whale that just jumps from clan to clan. As long as they're in a tier 6, they find another tier 6 clan, they could go whale out and then move to a different clan, and it's only going to screw the clan that they joined for that CVC. They're going to be like, oh great, we won, we did this, but their next matchmaking is going to screw them, right? Sorry, Zero.
Yes.
Go ahead, finish up, brother.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, yeah, just the ability to quote unquote tank specific non-PR ones and try to manipulate your things, I think is just a really bad thing. And yeah, if they're gonna do this, they really do need like potentially do a re-ranking and on a whole situation, right? So yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I think that would put us in the right track.
Okay.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, on the beginning, wasn't it like that if you had the CVC over and you jumped clans and stuff, and they set up a threshold so you cannot enter and stuff, but they opened it up on the end so you can actually guild jump all the time if you do it in certain 2 or 3 hour space or something? Because guild hopping is really a big problem. Like, that's the biggest problem.
I think they fixed that kind of.
I think it basically
they really something about it.
So let's say I put up the 1.4 million points. The next CVC, the matchmaking is supposed to take into effect the 1.4 million points that I put in my CVC with the next CVC clan. So what before used to happen was the big people would basically just find a lower tier clan, and that never really mattered, right? So let's say, for instance, if when I was in when, let's say, SP1 and SP2, right, would go up against Gallifrey 1 and Gallifrey 2, if they tanked one, then it would be, they would go against the lower tier clan and vice versa. Now, let's say Panda leaves SP1 and goes into SP2. Well, now the matchmaking is going to push them up, right, for SP2, and it's now going to put them up against the different tier clan that was before. So it's not based off what clans were in order. It's a little more difficult, or so they claim, right?
What about to make them not enter the next CVC from that clan they're joining, and kind of you join, and then for the next CVC you cannot do any points on it or something?
They've done some of that. Like I know for Hydra, for example, Hydra Clash, you don't participate in Hydra Clash the week you change clans.
Right.
And of course, that's one of the other tricky parts about it, because Hydra Clash resets in the middle of CVC. Then if people are jumping for CVC, they're screwing themselves out of Hydra Clash rewards. So that has been another deterrent for constantly jumping around.
Right. And I think, Nobo brings out a good point here, saying the PR rewards should actually be the rewards we get back for actually doing CVC. You know what? Because a lot of the people don't really care about the reaction accessories and stuff like that. Like, there's a very small percentage of the community that actually cares about all that stuff, right? It's probably the top 100 clans, because those are the ones that are mostly pushing arena, right?
It's on arena.
So flipping the rewards would not be a bad thing either, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, Brunt, take it over, my man.
Well, as I said, there's a couple things that have come up in here, and I think it points to the biggest problem is that Telerium has how to get players to fight other players doesn't work well in what they've kind of done in a lot of raid. We look at Arena Platinum has all kinds of problems. Tag has all kinds of problems as a product overall. Tag is kind of gross.
Live Arena.
Don't like it. Mm-hmm. Well, Live Arena is actually the one where people don't like Live Arena, but Live Arena is the one I think they've done the best on. Live Arena has personal rewards for playing. Live Arena does obviously incentivize winning versus losing, but you get some rewards for it in your Great Hall stuff. You do get cool gear and stuff like that. It's all personal, and unlike all this other stuff from a matchmaking perspective, yes, there's matchmaking problems because some people aren't in the right area of Arena, but that's a problem everywhere, and that's just some people don't play the mode. You can't fix that entirely, but they do generally, you lose enough of them, you eventually get somebody super easy and you get a chance to win something and you can go on a winning streak, and that kind of does play into it a bit. And overall, you can't get sniped in live arena because there's not a direct competition in live arena from a sniping perspective. You have a limited number of keys. Even if you run all your keys and spend all your gems, there's not something that prevents you from being sniped. You can't, it's not like somebody else can come in and get boosted in Platinum Arena. It's not like somebody could get pushed, or in worse than Tag Arena, for example. I just got hit by 3 people right before the end of the thing. I couldn't react to it, and I fell out of whatever I was in instead of staying where I was supposed to be. It's not like getting sniped in a tournament. It's not like getting sniped in CVC. It's not like the way that the current Hydra Clash is set up, which is another one that's really not set up particularly well. And I know they've already they're going to address some of it with participation, but there's confusion over what that participation is going to be. Does that mean that people that get the 4th and the 5th place are suddenly now going to get a chest? Or is it going to be for the people that are scoring less than the minimum chest to participate in the first place? Because I hear complaints on both ends of some people that can't get to the minimum chest to get the Hydra rewards aren't getting the top Hydra rewards for winning clans. And then people that are placing 4th or 5th place but putting up large numbers are getting screwed because they happen to be against somebody else who can put up the double Trunda, double Yumiko teams.
Yeah. Well, on that right there, I'm going to give you an example. I have my $10 whale account, and Sus, who's in the chat, we did, I think, like a total of like 5 million points. We came in first, but nobody was able to get a reward because we couldn't even get the damage to do, to take down the Hydra. So, like, and I think that itself needs to be addressed in a particular way, which maybe we'll be discussing that next week. We could give Plarium a little bit of a heads up on what they should be doing. So, but yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but overall, it just leads to a lot of the content, and some of this is just a fact of a pay-to-win game, and some of this is just poorly designed ways to put players against other players that are just not balanced super well. Clan v Clan is kind of cool from the perspective, and honestly, I play in a high-end clan and a low-end clan, and both clans enjoy CVC. Both people tend to have fun in it, and for the most part, both clans treat it as, oh, okay, we're losing, don't worry about it. Every once in a while, it's close, let's try a little bit, and that's kind of fun. But it's very much we're winning, we're losing, just go about your business, and people save a few resources to kind of hit extra rewards in there, but overall, it's not a big deal. But it's just, there's really a lack of not only just a cohesive how to handle the player versus player, but how to deal with matchmaking particularly well. As you said, there's plenty of ways to abuse matchmaking in Clan v Clan. Hydra Clash has issues as well. They've tried to extend that over the course of multiple weeks, and so the matchmaking is 4 to 5 weeks. We had a problem where we had our top 2 damage dealers left in our clan. We went either 8 or 9 of 9 or 10 weeks. We came in 4th or 5th in Hydra Clash, not because we couldn't do enough damage, but because we just happened to get matched with people that were doing more damage than we were. Oftentimes because they were abusing things that have become so broken now that people are saying, hey, look at this. This is broken and abusing and doing all kinds of stuff.
Let me ask you, how many of those are Mr. Bronco Raid's fault?
I'm sorry.
But,
going with that. Go ahead, Brendan. Sorry.
Yeah, it's if Plarium wants to actually make player versus player something interesting and engaging, I hate to say Live Arena is a good example because Live Arena has its own issues, but some of the structure of Live Arena is still sound. Rewards are general okay-ish. They're not great. I think they could be better, but that's a problem that the game has overall. They are generally trying to put people on as fair a playing field as they possibly can. And for a mode that is optional, and if you don't participate, you slowly rank yourself down, so it's really easy to dominate if you have a great account and just don't play that often. overall, it's still fairly balanced because you tend to get matches where you at least have a fighting chance most of the time.
Yeah.
And that's, I really think, what people like. And that's why CVC is fun when you're against a clan that's a decent equal match and you're not worried about the sniping too much. But even then, there's a little bit of sniping. There always has been. Do I use my books right now, or do I wait and use my books 12 o'clock at night before I go to bed, so they only have 4 hours? That's always been a thing.
Okay. Storm, what about you, man?
What about me?
You got to answer me.
What are we talking about?
He doesn't have to answer you.
I don't have to answer you, but yeah, I will.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
What could be what could be done to make it a little more engaging for you as somebody who doesn't care about CVC?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
Maybe
just not interested at all.
Just not interested. I think it's much more fun to concentrate on comps and faster way of doing things or a different way of doing things. Maybe not using the mainstream champs that everybody uses. I think that's more fun. Arena Platinum is fun too. 2 point. I used to do it a lot. But I just I'd rather sleep at night.
Fair. Okay.
I got a quick question. Like, who of you is actually going ham in CVC? Trying the best, saving, playing the Raid Shadow Legends, and I'm not. Okay, BLAZIN? Who else?
I do the standard. I wait. Although I just finished out my my Great Hall this week, but things like that, I would intentionally save stuff. I'll hold on to my books and I'll hoard them. But the thing is, if we're getting crushed, I'll just I'm holding on to.
But I assume you all
57 legendary books.
You save your stuff and at least try to put it in CVC and stuff. That's
right.
what we all do, I think. All right, then we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I don't go ham, but I use my stuff. I use my spider runs and my sand devil runs and stuff. But on the end, it's just not worth sometimes to go really ham on it.
Yeah, I burned 4,000 gems this week, and then when we realized that we were going to lose, I wasn't about to burn another 4,000 gems just to lose.
Exactly.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I use my books during CVC and stuff like that. I wait to book the champions, but yeah.
But what happens? What happens if your champs are booked? Am I gonna go ahead and book Gloriaka?
Yes, that's what I thought. Sometimes what am I actually doing?
You know what I mean? That's my issue. I can't use books because I have nobody. All my champs that I use that are decent, at least even, are booked.
No.
Use your legendary book on the Epic Champion.
Oh my god.
Legendary enough.
Ken, worst advice ever. Don't listen, guys. Do not listen.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
My mythics are booked. You know what I mean? What am I gonna do?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I know that and in fact, I've done it once or twice just when we were trying to push for some stuff. I had 600 Epic books sitting in my account, and I spent one CVC, and before I did it in the afternoon, I went through every single Epic I had and said, all right, is this somebody that's going to sit at 5 or 6 stars for me? Throw books in them. But I know that other people are actually worse than that, to the point of where I've got 300 Epic books. I'm just going to book any Epic that happens to be in my account at the time. They might be a chicken, but I'll book this chicken to win CVC, and I can't get behind that. That just seems so silly.
Exactly. That's where I was. My reserve vault, which is 400 champs, they're all epics and they're all 5 stars. These are all my chickens. At some point, I started booking them for a CVC, and then I was like, "What am I doing? I'm going to feed this champ. That's stupid."
I wasn't going that far, but I do have a lot of champs that are booked sitting at 4 or 5 star. Even champions that are probably never used are pretty much all booked.
And again, it's where you are as a clan. If this is your thing and you're doing CVC, then for the love of the game and the clan and being, a team player, you're going to be booking your chickens. Just because you guys are set and this going into it, that you're doing whatever it takes to win it.
Yeah.
But if you just casually do, look, I'm casually playing not this last one. I played very little. My work was crazy. The previous two CVCs we had, I was casually just playing, and that was I think around 700, 800,000. Just running my regular stuff, and a little bit of spider for silver, a little bit of whatever dungeon was dropping some gears, just little things. But I didn't go crazy upgrading anything. I just did to get the Wixwell, 4 stars. Wasn't pulling shards for it, just ranking little by little.
Okay.
And that's what it was. Unless you're in a CVC clan and you're going for every CVC,
Okay.
casual player, it's not fair to a casual player to expect that.
I agree.
So what do they have to do to get us back to go ham in there, to really get us struggling all day for it? I would say like rewards like 16 legendary books, something like that.
I think if they did something crazy like that, and I call
Then
it
we
crazy
would go
because
ham.
they'll never do it, but
Yes,
that will
but
just
we would.
destroy the economy in Raid,
Well,
to be honest.
one fix could be at the waning hours, at the end of these things, just books you cannot use for points. Sniping
That
with
could be a thing.
upgrading you cannot do like within the last hour. If you're going head to head, you got to figure it out. Pull
Yeah.
But
gear,
the other
upgrade
problem
gear.
with that one though is, what about clans where like, dang it, I didn't get a chance to log in except for this last hour, and now I'm going to do enough stuff to qualify for a minimum amount of CVC points, and oh crap, I can't do the thing I was planning on doing and get points for it. Any limit that is to stop people from sniping is going to affect other players negatively as
Yep.
well.
Absolutely.
It's
What do you mean you didn't have time? You didn't have time for raid? You're supposed to play it every minute of the day.
All right,
I mean,
all right.
I mean, just one last comment on this.
Yep.
For my lower end clan, we have a draconic 10k CVC points minimum, and I'm always surprised at people that can't hit it, but there are people in the clan that don't hit it, and
Wait, 10,000.
10,000, and I'm fine with that. If they're active players who are just playing the game occasionally, they're still active in the clan, they still chat occasionally, they do some stuff. I have kicked a total of one person for not hitting that regularly, and they hit, I think they did it 7 CVCs in a row. And when I finally looked at their account, they were in Bronze 1 Arena. They were regularly not logging in for a week and a half, and it looked like it was literally an account in our clan that was there to occasionally log in and run clan boss and then log back out, so they kept the account in maintenance. And I don't need that in my clan because I'd like to have people that are active participating in the clan. On the other hand, I've got a couple people that are under level 50, and that's fine. It's not a great clan for them because we're doing Ultra Nightmare type stuff most of the time. But if they want to be in the clan and they're playing along, some of these folks that were under 50 are still hitting the 10k minimum points. It's not that hard if you're playing the game somewhat regularly.
Right.
But if they're fine being in a clan, that they're not going to occasionally get a reward for it, and they're just going to be, that's fine, as long as they're not dragging the clan down too much. And if it becomes a point where they are dragging the clan down, I would probably actually sit and talk with them and say, look, you either need to pick up what you're doing for the clan because you are hurting the rest of the clan, or we need to find you a better clan that suits where your account is and your playstyle is.
Yep, fair.
Okay.
I mean, really, 10k points. It's collecting a clan boss and doing a couple of faction runs at 21.
It's not a lot. 10k points is not a lot.
Yeah, you get 4,000 if you collect
10K
Ultra
points.
Nightmare 4 chests.
Yeah.
So
It's like basically doing Demon Lord.
All right, so let's move on to the next question because we've got something we need to announce today, hopefully kind of soon. So I want to talk about the psychological warfare part of this, where what is it actually doing to the player and the player base itself, being able to be put in the position of being sniped at the very last second? How do we get to, okay, it happened, but is it good for the player? Is it good for the community? Not for the player, but is it good for the player? Is it good for the community? And it's kind of one of those things that I feel is is hurting us more than helping, right? And I'm gonna start this with, let's go with Brunt first.
Well, for example, from the psychological standpoint, I will not do champion training tournaments for champions almost entirely at this point. I wanted to do one, I think, for Tatsu at one point in time. I put up like 25,000 points, and I was well above it. I was 10,000 points above anyone else on the first day, and said, all right, I'm just going to put enough points in here and then kind of just maintain and go forward. I was up by 10K the first day. Towards the end of the second day, I was 10K below 5 different people. And it was just, no, this is not worth my time and effort and money, actually, to spend this much time focused on tearing apart my account to train for champions I don't even need to build at the time. Wasn't fun. And that kind of goes a lot into the CVC stuff as well. There's some level of I can get sniped, this isn't fun anymore. But there's, you know, at the same time, people do like sniping. And as much as I can say I don't like being sniped, I've also been in discussions with other people. It's like, hey, if we're really close, you know, maybe I'll set an alarm for 3 o'clock in the morning and we can make sure we snipe this because this has been really close and this will be a good fight. I've had those discussions before too. So clearly I'm a part of the problem, I guess. It really does dividing people though, where there's enough people that don't care. And if this wants to appeal to the casual audience that they need to retain, they do kind of need to find a way to clamp it down in some way where the people that want that style of game can play it, and the people that don't want to deal with that style of game aren't really kind of involved. And I guess that kind of exists already with the different tiers, because you don't hear people talking about sniping. You know, I was in this big tier 3 clan v clan fight, and oh man, we got sniped by 3 million points. No, you don't hear about that in tier 3. It's just not an issue.
Right. Okay. Let's go to Storm next.
Again? About what?
About this new question.
Psychological warfare.
Psychological warfare. How is this affecting the player, and you know, is it good or bad for the community that this is able to be done? With the whole sniping at the very last minute, like if you went in hard, you did what you had to do for a champ training, and here comes BLAZIN right behind you, and hey, you know what? I really want that archer, and boom, here's my 200,000 points. Sorry, your 50,000 points are gone.
No, that's absolutely fine. If you have the means, then you could do it. You could do it. I mean, if Telerium wants to sell you the material to do it, it's a business at the end of the day for them. So that's why it's in the game. Does it make you feel good? No. I mean, I got Tatsu. Well, I didn't. Bob did with my account. For even before we knew Lady Mikage was a thing. Just because I think I tried to do it myself for Krisk for whatever reason, because I think I have 3 or 4 of him. But I wanted to do it and I couldn't do it. It was just insane because somebody really wanted him because he probably didn't have him. And I left it alone. And then Tatsu, I was like, you know what? I have the resources. I at that point, I think I saved up. And I was like, let's go for it. And we did it. It's there. It's available. I mean, here you go. You have plenty of pop-ups. Buy Lego books. Buy Epic books. These packs.
But is it good for the player base? Is it good for the community? That's the question.
It depends on you as a person. I mean, it's a game. If you're gonna get upset at a game, then you know what? Maybe you should change your game. Play Candy Crush. It's here to compete. It's also there's a competitive aspect to this game too. Like whether it's arena or going for something that is a reward, and you will get it if you hit top. It's fine. Fair. It's just toughen up, champ.
Okay. All right. Fair. Mr. Bronco, what about you?
What did it do to me? First of all, after all, you want to be the sniper. The first thing, that's one fact you get out of it. So on the end, you stay there and you trying to get all the resources stacked overall, and you want to be the sniper instead of the guy who's getting sniped. Because I was in the guild and we really tried, and we got sniped a couple times. and you want to have stuff on the end. That's kind of what it does to you. If you don't have stuff on the end to actually put resources in it, you are so demotivated, and everything is a little bit harder, and everything is just not doable for you. And yeah, it is not good for the community, especially the last minute, the last second snipes. If you get like 2-3 hours in between, you can see the points are raising on your opponent, then you can kind of go yourself in and do the same thing that he does, and on the end is cool. But the last minute, like those couple books, those 200 books you have on your account, and then you get 200,000 points and stuff like that, those really hurt you on the end, and it's just not I think good for the community, to be honest.
Okay. Zero, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I just don't like the format at all. Because I feel like, at the same time you're playing this like chicken game, right? Like you're trying to conserve your resources, whether it be for CVC or it's like, do I really want to dump 200,000 points into this event? Then you got people right out of the rip that just says, yeah, here's your 200,000 points and come at me, bro. Because I think that happened to me in the Archer. I think that was my office week. So of course I didn't get to log into the game that morning at set. And by the time I got on, there were already people at like 100,000 points. And I was like, okay, well, good news is over the next 3 days, I don't even need to try because there's no point in me wasting my resources. So I think sniping at least gives you an opportunity to kind of hold back some of your resources versus putting up a huge bar. But I just don't like the format. I mean, I get it, right? It's a specialized champion or whatever. I think specifically on the Archer 2, because that was going to be a get it now or never get it. And they gave us 3 or 4 other avenues to get her. And unfortunately, I never got her. I got the other 4, but I think with specifically you can't get this champ outside of this window, that was really bad. But I just don't like. I think that format's just kind of crappy in general, and that's how I feel about it psychologically.
And to go off of that, sorry, Blaze, to go off of that too. That's a great point, and I thought about it as soon as I stopped talking. Would you feel worse if you got sniped, or if as soon as you logged in, half an hour after you woke up and this thing started, and you saw 150k points? Like, what's gonna make you feel better? At the end, you gave it all. At least you could say, I gave it all and I didn't get it. Okay, I'll get it next time. I'll get it next time. Or you don't have that a lot of resources. You're hoping you fall in the normal bracket. And then as soon as you wake up at 5:30 and it just started at 5, you're getting up for work, right? You're checking your stuff. And the guy already has 175k points.
I think if it was out the bat, this guy was there, I'd be like, okay, at least I'm not wasting my resources. But the fact that I wasted my resources and then I got sniped at the end, I think that's the worst feeling for me.
Feeling, but you tried. You can't knock you. We can't knock you
but
for
the
not
thing
trying.
Is, it's the resources, and I'm gonna let Ken answer this right now because I'm pretty sure he's going to give the answer that I'm thinking. But Ken, what do you think?
I mean, I think the biggest issue, people need to know what kind of tournament are they. People who participation this tournament, they should be know snipe is a thing. They can be lose it. Doesn't matter what kind of resources they have. There is always biggest fish, right? Bigger fish. Yeah. So I never be participated this kind of tournament. Only one time I did when they do the Harima 5-star event. And there was 2 reasons for that. I was a Harima. Obviously, Harima is the God tier champion. Having 5-star on her is insane,
Okay,
because high blessing on the God tier champion. I actually have a 2, but
Thank you.
The
That's
other
worse
thing,
than sniping. Worse than sniping.
the other thing is I've been saving my XP brew over 4 years. I was about 4,000 XP brew for each of them. So I got, all right, I take the risk. Look, if there is a whale on my tournament, I have a whale resources. End of the day, I think I got 190k on this thing, and I won. Would be sad for me if I get a snipe, but it's a part of the game, I was holding my epic book. I was with 300 epic book for the last second if the enemy decide to push, but I wasn't have a legendary book. I can't buy them, right? I don't have them. What can I do? Even these days, my Armaster notebook. Don't have a book. What can I do? Yeah, I don't have a book. I need a tier 3. Help me, guys. Okay. So yeah, end of the day, like if my tournament bracelet dude was whale and he want more than me, he could be get it. Doesn't matter how XP, bro, because sniping, I mean, legendary book on the champion training tournament can give you guys point if you guys doesn't know that, like CVC. Not much as CVC, but still can give you insane amount of point on the last couple of minutes actually. So I could be lose it. Thankfully I won, but again, like part of the game kinda, you know, if you are going hard on this thing, you should be know there is always bigger fish than you.
True,
And
true.
this is also how is real life. Real life is pay to win too, guys. Like the world is pay to win. I mean,
Yeah, that is true. It is not a free to play world. It is pay to win. You know, you got to work for it. All right, so we talked quite a bit, a little more than I wanted to about all of this, but we've got a new content creator game that is actually sponsored by Plarium, and get this, guys, it's both for official creators and non-official creators. That means people like Brunt, people like Zero, PJ, any creator out there can enter into this event. And I have something that I want to play for you guys. Go out, watch this video real quick, encourage any creator out there to get involved in this, because this could be their leg into becoming official, making something bigger than what they are. But here we go. This is something I want to play for you guys. Enjoy it. All right, guys. So we have something big planned, and it's been in the works for quite a while. We have a challenge that Plarium's actually sponsoring, and get this, guys, it's not just for the official raid content creators, it's for any raid content creator.
Oh, wait, you serious?
Whether they're a streamer or YouTuber, they are able to enter in on this. We're breaking the cap of bringing non-officials and showing them some spotlight to the events, right? So that said, I wouldn't be able to do this without the help of two people, and these two people, these two ladies went above and beyond to help me get all of this done. First, I want to say a big, huge shout out and thank you to Banana Jam, who, you know, has just been phenomenal helping me out with all of this. And Aces High, another, you know, they're both the YouTube coordinators that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, but they went above and beyond helping me trying to get rewards both for the community and for the creators. And every creator, as long as you're giving a valid effort into this, you're gonna get rewarded with something, which is huge. This is the first time Plarium's kind of done something to this scale. So big shout out to both of them.
I just wanted to say thanks
for being just a part of this and helping us, you know, change things, I guess. I don't know, guys. I'm excited for this. So that said, let's go ahead and let's talk about the main event. All right, so here it is. Adlin's Hydra Smash. Obviously, you guys know where we're going with this, right? It's gonna be a Hydra creator clash. We're holding it for both official and non-official raid content creators. Again, this is the first time that something like this has been done, which is huge, and I'm very excited to see what happens. I'm hoping this goes well. Who knows? The sky's the limit to what we can do with this and going forward. So I wanted to do this as a special recognition to just kind of both recognize every creator in the space, right? We have a lot of people that are crazy good at thinking comps outside of things, and I mean, sometimes their voices aren't heard loud enough because they're just small. So with this, I hope that we can engage as many people as we can. If you have a favorite creator, whether they're small or big, whatever, have them enter into the challenge, have them reach out to me in Discord to submit their, videos in, and who knows, maybe they might be the next big thing in Raid. All right, so the first part of the challenge is going to be, obviously, because it's in its name, you must use Adlin. She doesn't get a lot of love.
Why does everybody hate me? You haven't even used me yet. I'm still sitting in the vault.
Right? Sometimes, I mean, even I was, as a creator, one that bashed on her and said, you know what, she's kind of an epic, and that's really it. And maybe that wasn't fair. And you know what? Maybe with this, we can actually see what she could do in some other cases. So, booking her is not necessary, but having her maxed out 6-star, most of us probably already have the 5-star soul that we got for free. So let's give her a fair shot and let's see what she can actually do in the team. Maybe if she's not that great, we could, push up kind of a buff on her. Who knows, right? So Adlin is going to be a must on the team. All right, the next thing is the difficulty level. It must be completed on Nightmare Hydra. We all know that we can do stuff with normal, hard, and easy, but I want to see under the most difficult challenges that we can have what we can actually do, right? So Nightmare Hydra, mostly because we know that Clash is a huge thing, and maybe we can discover something big with her or with a particular team, but difficulty is going to be Nightmare. All right, and it wouldn't be any sort of challenge or, excitement without having some restrictions. And so here we go. We do have some champion restrictions. You must use 2 epic champions on the team, okay? You cannot use Ninja. I know Ninja people are just, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You cannot use enemy max HP hitters. We want to see what raw damage, what hidden gems are out in there that we don't already use that could possibly come in. And last but not least, we're not using Inquisitor Shamail.
Hey, listen man, it's not my fault I'm that good.
We're not using Inquisitor Shamail. No cheese comps. That's not happening. I'm sorry. We got to figure something else out. And to add a little more, oomph to the event, we're gonna lock it behind login champions. So you could use any login champion but Ninja. Fusions, you can use almost any fusion except for Noob because he is an enemy max HP hitter. You can use any Doom Tower champion, and you can use anybody from the clan shop. Now I know a lot of people are gonna automatically go with the Yannicka and Maxwell, Vaultkeeper Maxwell comp. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And for anybody out there who is currently wondering, yes, you will be able to use the Ironclad comp if you can make it work fitting these rules. Lady Mikage is going to be someone that you can use. You're not going to be able to use any of the other mythicals or anything else you can pull from a shard strictly. So as long as it's been either a login, fusion, or Doom Tower or Arena Shop champion, you can use them. If you have questions, feel free, reach out, and I'll do my best to answer with what I can. But these are the challenges that are presented. All right, so first of all, the time frame is going to be 2 weeks, right? You must have your submission sent in by June 7th. That's a Friday, right? You have till midnight of that day. That way I can go through, look at everything, make sure that the runs meet the criteria and everything is done as properly as possible. And, just give me some time because I don't know how many creators we're going to get, but if I'm sitting here watching 20 videos of like an hour-long run, that could be, what it is. Now, the next part is going to be for anybody who wants to have their video submitted onto the playlist that will be featured on the channel. You can definitely put your playlist forward. There's just a couple of things that YouTube does not want me to have, which is going to be, no adult content, no illicit drug use or related promotions or anything like that. Just be respectful. Try to have some copyright-free music if you're going to put music in there. or you know, I can put the copyright free music in there myself. Just submit either the VOD or your YouTube video that you recorded and send it to me, and I can put it up on the playlist, and maybe we'll even do a little collab with each creator. All right, and last but not least, guys, it wouldn't be exciting at all if we didn't give out some rewards. Now, again, big shout out to both Banana Jam and Ace for helping me put this together, and they went above and beyond to try to get recognition for the creators. Now, if you come in first place, you will get 3 legendary skill tomes, 1 feast, 600 energy, 1 million silver. These rewards are insane. Like, when have you ever seen them give out these kind of rewards, right? Astronomical. Like, I'm just excited. Second place is going to get 2 legendary skill tomes, 1 HP barrel, 500 energy, 850,000 silver. Again, awesome rewards, right? Third place gets 1 legendary skill tome, 1 HP barrel, 400 energy, and 650 silver. And then, listen, even if you don't come in the first 3, you're still getting a participation reward because you're just that awesome and you committed yourself to this. And so everybody that participates and that gives a valid effort, again, valid effort, don't submit me a 1,000 damage key and say you participated. Like, you've got to make it at least a valid attempt to try to get to a 1 key. I know everybody is going to be able to get at least a 1 key with this, but we have 1 epic skill tome, 1 rank 5 chicken, 300 energy, 500,000 silver, and 200 multi-battles. Now, those are just for the creators themselves. Now, as for the winners, if the creator that wins is going to give out some prizes to their community. So, first one, these rewards are sponsored by myself and the rest of the guys from the Knights of TELERIA. We are going to be giving away 3 monthly gem packs to the first place winner. Second winner is going to be able to give out 3 lots of 540 gems and 1 ancient shard. And third place is going to be able to give out 2 lots of 540 gems and 1 ancient shard. Again, I just can't say enough. Big shout out to Banana Jam and Ace for helping me with the rewards. This is, again, both for official creators and non-official. It is huge, guys. Thank you so much. All right, guys. With that said, I wish every creator that enters into this event the best of luck. I will be going for it myself. I will be going for number 1. Just saying. But I do expect that a couple of things are going to happen. 1, Mixwell, well, Keeper Mixwell is going to be in it. And I'm pretty sure Yannicka is going to be in it as well. Though we can't really use a lot of the other specific champions. But you have something that could come up for, you know, just about everybody. If you have a favorite creator, show him the video. Tell him to hit me up in Discord. We'll get him on. And, you know, I look forward to doing all these collabs with everybody, trying to see what their thoughts were behind their teams. And again, best of luck to everybody. Big shout out to Banana Jam and Ace. Couldn't do this without you guys. Much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. And I'll catch you guys next time. All right, guys. So yeah, Plarium is sponsoring this event. And I'm glad that I was able to get him on board to give some recognition out there to just bring official and non-official creators to the limelight. Like, you know, we've got a lot of people here, like Zero, you know, Brunt, PJ. We've got a lot of people in the community. 4O, who's, you know, somebody who thinks of some of the craziest things out there, that could enter this event, get them some recognition, and, you know, maybe give them their first step through to be seen much bigger. So I'm actually quite stoked about this. So originally we were gonna go with Adlin's what was it? Adlin's Hydra something. I can't remember. I don't know. But we decided to go you know, Adlin's Hydra. Smash.
Smash.
Now, yes, we are going to have to use Adlin. She is not going to have to be booked, okay? So don't worry. You guys will not have to book her. That is not going to be a problem, right? That's perfectly fine. Just use her as you have her. Most of us should already have the 5-star for her, right? The next thing is going to be nightmare level difficulty. Now, I know a lot of people can't do brutal or hard. I saw some of the chats already saying hard, easy. Really? We can't? Here's the thing, guys. If we do that, then the numbers are going to get crazy stupid because the creators, most of us, have stupid accounts that we have, you know, gone whaled off on. And it's kind of to deter that Mixwell Yannicka comp on Nightmare. It's going to be a little harder to try to get that done, right? So definitely one of the reasons why I wanted Nightmare difficulty. As for the restrictions, the number one thing I came to was no ninja, right? Ninja is one that has not been around for a while. A lot of the community doesn't have him, so no ninja whatsoever. Inquisitor
Use Alexander?
You can use Alexander.
Yes, no,
you can use Alexander if you want. But there is no Inquisitor Shemale. We are not cheesing this with the A1. You know, whatever, it's not happening. No Inquisitor Shemale, right? None whatsoever. No enemy max HP hitters either. So no Husks, no Royal Guards, no Newts. Even though he was a recent fusion, he is definitely one that I would have loved to have on, but there's a lot of the community that does not have him. So the next thing is we've got to use 2 epics on here. So this is going to kind of, you know, hinder what you can actually bring into the team, right? So you have to have 2 epics. And with Adlin, that leaves you a spot of 3 champions that you need to bring in. Lady Mikage Nobo is fair play on the table. You can use her. She's a fusion permanently in the game. Everybody does have access to her. Everybody can also use the fusions for Lady Mikage if you need to. Not that I think they're any good, but hey. You can use any login champion barring Ninja. Any fusion barring Newt. And then any Doom Tower or Arena champions, you can use them. After that, all epics, all rares are fair play. Now, I know somebody asked about why we're allowing the Mixwell and Yannicka one. Well, that was the most recent fusion, so if I don't allow it, a lot of the player base is going to have them. So, the rewards. Now, these rewards, I think, are pretty good for the creators. And I really, really pushed hard to recognize the creators because, again, this is for official and non-official creators. I wanted to make sure that they put a valid effort in, they got good rewards. The rest of the community rewards, those are sponsored by the guys that you see here on screen. Myself, we are going to be the ones that are giving these out from ourselves, right? So, again, reach out to any of your favorite creators. Let them know what is going to happen, what we're doing. There's a few things that they need to make sure, you know, if they're going to submit a video that they need to do. I have all of everything that they're going to need for the event, so they can definitely, you know, just hit me up on Discord. Tell them, go find BLAZIN. You need to get into this event, you know, because again, this could be something big for them. This could be their way onto the roadmap. So that said, I'm going to open this up to the creators real quick to find out if you guys have any questions. And I'm going to ask Ken to go first.
So we can only use like a login champion, fusion champion, etc. like that, right?
Yes.
As long as
And
they're not max HP.
Nobo just brought out a good question, right? He said token trader champions. Now, I did not think about that, but they are accessible if you want to burn them. So I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Do I have to catch
Sir
it
Nick was a fusion
from
too,
there?
right?
Yeah, but wait, can I catch them from there? Or if I have a Tomb Lord already, can I just use them?
if you have a Tomb Lord already, you can use them, but these are champions that are also accessible through here. So yes,
All right.
any
Okay.
champion that is in
Molly is huge for this. Yeah.
in this, I will allow it.
So Chris and Duchess was daily login champion, right, guys? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, keep dreaming.
So
No,
They were a champion. Chris was a champion training reward, which meant he was accessible to everybody, right?
Yeah, I mean, amazing point.
No champion training rewards. So for this, it's only content creators that are allowed to participate into this. We will be doing actually something for the community coming down the line.
I have one question.
This was our first trial. So Ken, any questions?
No, sir.
No. All right.
I want to go next. I have a question.
Go for it.
Can I use Yannicka? Did I understand that right? Like,
Yannicka
are you for real?
Yannicka can be obtained through the clan shop, right? Or not the clan shop,
Are you
but
you don't want to use that usually, like.
Yeah, she's accessible.
And I'm participating.
Huh? You can participate. This is open to all creators.
All right.
All creators. So yes.
Can I use dupes? Dupes of the epic. The epics are for free, right? I can use everything I want.
Yep. Just remember, you have to use 2 epics and Adlin. Okay.
Yes. Aniri, Wixwell.
Yeah.
And no max HP.
Yeah, he might. Hey, listen, he might come out with something even bigger that trumps the double yum yum one. So let's go.
Who knows? No Marius.
Can I use my clan member instead of me for participating? Like he can record it for my
use your account. You gotta use your account. Nice try. Because if that was the case, I'd be calling up Panda like, "Hey, let me use your account. You guys got no shot." All right, Bronco. Any other questions?
Basically, I know what to do now, so I'm prepared.
Okay, all right.
No.
0 questions.
No questions. Are we gonna theory craft?
I mean, it's possible to anybody, man. Who knows? We might get some crazy dumb teams that.
I will say, I just built. I just got to throw this out there. I don't think it's gonna work for Nightmare for me personally, but it might work for other people. But since Mikage is on the table. And a Boro is on the table. If you haven't done that combo yet, it's pretty fun in Hydra, and you can get some crazy damage out of a Boro and Mikage together. So throw that out there.
All right. Brunt,
yes,
what
give
about
me
you?
information.
He's like, yeah, feed it to me right now.
Yeah.
But can we use Oboro?
If I manage to get Marius next week, can I use him?
No, you can use any epic is on the table as long as they are not an enemy max HP hitter. Or Shamail.
But Arbiter is okay because she's a free.
Arbiter is okay.
Champion.
Yep.
Chronom is okay, right?
Listen, even
Chronom is actually a good question.
Chronom is okay, right?
Chronom is okay. Yep. Chronom is obtainable, somewhat free to play. But Marius, if you have him, he's fair game.
He's max HP.
He's max HP.
Oh no, that's right. He's max HP. My bad. Never mind.
Well, you can use his A1. His A1 not max HP.
Well, we could turn off
max HP. Also, Carnage is fair game if you have him. Right.
Brutal.
I was gonna click on him here, but he's not here because I have him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, stacked in your favor.
Bronco, careful.
How do I get the rules where only I have an advantage? No, I'm just kidding.
But he's available. But yeah. Any questions, Brunt?
No, I mean I asked the Marius one partially to joke about it, but no, that seems pretty clear, pretty interesting. I'm theory crafting some stuff right now.
Okay. Emic is available. Yep, definitely can use him. Let's go with Storm. Do you have anything?
Nope, I'm good. I have everybody, so I'm good except for Harima.
Chat. Well, you can't use Harima, so. But chat, do you guys have any questions about the competition? I mean, I think I tried to be as fair as I possibly could with the champions that are able to be used. I wanted to make it so that, 90% of the community out there that is playing for like the last year and a half can definitely be used. Nia can definitely be used. Like I said, all epics are on the table, except I guess basically Husk, Royal Guard, and Inquisitor Shamail. So you want to use Geomancer, you can use Geomancer. There are no restrictions on epics.
But Geomancer's max HP too.
No.
The passive is, but I thought about it because Bob brought that up to my attention, and he's like, the way Geomancer's passive works, it is enemy max HP, but there's only so much damage he's going to do.
It's enemy max HP the way that Giant Slayer is enemy max HP. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, so
all I know is that I'm gonna go and subscribe to Bronco Games, and Bronco's gonna get a lot of subscribers for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, because he's gonna have the best comp.
Now, with that said, Storm kind of led me off to the next thing. Listen, guys, where can everybody come and find you? Bronco.
Just type in Bronco Bronco Raid Shadow Legends, and you should find me. And yeah, specializing on team building. That's more of my thing. Sometimes I do some shard pools and stuff, but most of the time I do team building. And right now I discovered kind of a bunch of things about Hydra. That's why basically they're saying I have like good odds to win that one. Yes, and Yannicka is in there, so probably that's the reason why. And before I let you guys talk again, I want to ask a question about who of you has Yannicka and Wixwell. Do you got them?
Yes, we do.
I think all of us do.
You all have competition. Oh,
now,
no.
let me.
No, I gotta do it right now.
Bronco, let me ask you a question. How good is your gear?
My gear doesn't need to be good for that one.
Ooh.
He's been asking to borrow my gear, so I don't know.
Yeah, for the Wixwell. Yeah, but I think that's all about me. What about you?
All right. Zero, what about you, man? Where can everybody find you?
Not doing the Yannicka Wixwell cheese comp. That's where they're not going to find me. Just because I don't know how to build it. I'm going to have to go watch Bronco's videos. He's going to have to learn me some shit. All right. I am Zero Brew. Find me on Twitch mainly. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday nights. And Monday during the day. And have a good time. It's all one word, ZeroBrew, however you spell my name.
All right. Ken, where can everybody find you, man? Find you. Wow.
FinalKenpachi on Twitch at the same name. FinalKenpachi on the YouTube. Streaming every single day after the clan boss reset on the Twitch, except the Sunday. Sunday I'm here exclusively. And that's all, yeah. Thank you.
All right. Bront, where can everybody find you, my brother?
I am on Twitch. It is Bront Cat Herder. There's an underscore in there, but search for Bront Cat Herder. You'll find me. I stream regularly on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Saturday afternoons, because of course it's got to be Saturday for me. And I am pushing my YouTube, so that's been going pretty well. Thank you all, folks. On YouTube, Bront_Cat Herder as well, or just Bront Space Cat Herder. That'll find me. Raid Shadow Legends.
All right. Storm, where can everybody find you, brother?
Storm Gaming RSL on Twitch and here every Sunday.
All right, definitely. Now we do like to do shout outs on the channel, and Bronco, I'm gonna wait for you to the end because I don't want to put you on the spot. But Zero, what about you? Who you got for a shout out?
Gotta put me on the spot. You know what? Let's shout out someone that's missing, and I don't think you said where he was today, but let's shout out Gestal Gaming. Does Smite, and Gestal's been awesome part of the community, and he's been doing raid for forever. So let's give Gestal his own website and the best unfinished resource on the net, gestal.gg. Give that a click and some love.
Yeah, I felt like there was something weird and I was forgetting someone, and I'm sorry that it was Gestal.
Yeah, I was gonna say something at the beginning and I just
You should
didn't.
have called me
I
out.
should have. Yeah.
You should have. Let's go with Brunt. Who you got for a shout out, brother?
Well, I mean, I could shout out Carnage because I'm wearing his shirt, but that's no fun. So let's go shout out.
He's thinking, guys.
Oh, I want to give Nacho a shout out. NachoPlays 50. He is a wonderful, wonderful dude. Great content creator. Does a lot of stuff for the community. And go check him out. He's on Twitch. He's actually streaming right now. Great dude. Go check him out.
All right, yeah, 100% great dude. Love the interaction between me and Nacho. Definitely something there. Ken, shout outs.
First of all, I like to shout out everybody who come in the join in here on the show, content creator, and the viewer, of course. But first of all, I like to shout out the BLAZIN. Guys, BLAZIN actually working a lot. Like, you guys need to see behind the scene as well. Like he's actually trying a lot to make this podcast to place where it deserves it. And he finally got the player attention, finally, on this Hydra challenge. Hopefully, in the future, we can see this show in the better place, So, BLAZIN, guys, go check. If you guys watching BLAZIN right now, go check his YouTube as well. If you guys on the Twitch, if you guys on the YouTube, come check on the Twitch, okay?
All right, Storm, shout outs, brother.
Everybody here, thank you for doing what you do. And the whole raid community, actually, as a whole, because without the raid watchers, players, subscribers, BLAZIN wouldn't be doing this podcast. So the whole raid community, thank you for watching, for playing, for hanging out, for giving us some ideas to talk about for a better future.
All right, Bronco, it is your turn, brother. Who's your shout out?
I'm especially good at shout outs. But first of all, I want to give a big shout out to all the viewers that actually watching the content of Raid Shadow Legends, because without them, we wouldn't be there where we're at right now, and it wouldn't be as fun as we have right now and everything else. But I also want to give a big shout out to the big content creators, because right now I get a lot of attention of them right now. For example, Hell Hades and Nub Raids, they covered my videos, and it helped me so much. And I know how it is to be grinding for the subscribers and everything, and if they do, that's so much appreciated, and I still can't believe it that it happened. And also, Ash shouted me out, and I was doing with BLAZIN something cool, and we were trying out something, and he also gave BLAZIN a shout out, and that made me especially happy, because right now I have a situation where I blew up, to be honest. I blew up, but now I can give up the love back for communities like you guys are here right now. Without you guys, it's just not the same. Raid wouldn't be as. Just imagine just having the Raid Shadow Legends game just only in front of you without those amazing people around them. And yeah, also my good buddy Yannick, he is. Maybe you don't know him, you haven't watched too many of my videos or something, but he is basically the background man, doing all the numbers, doing all the programs and all that thing. And yeah, he gets a special out of. But BLAZIN, it was so amazing to hang out with you guys here. And yeah, that was basically it.
All right. Yeah, listen, I can't lie, man. It was a lot of fun hanging out in Discord. Guys, actually, for anybody who didn't know, he posted in his Discord. I checked the message about who had Acelid, Ironclad, and Mixwell, and I said, I do. And then I looked at my champion selection, and I was like, oh my god, I fed him. Guys, I blew every single shard I had. Everything, primals, everything to try to get, and we got him on the very last ancient. I was like, oh my god. I probably should have made a video about it, but it was definitely worth it. We had a lot of fun. Big shout out to Bronco for coming on the channel. So I've got a couple of shout outs here. First, I'm going to shout out T-Bone. Thank you very much for the 5-month subscribe, brother. I really, really appreciate that. And then we got another follower on the YouTube side, Bennett Mohammed Zakaria. If I butchered that name, I am so sorry, but thank you very much. Shout out to you for following. And I do have to give a big thank you and shout out to both Bronco and Ash this week for shouting me out on the videos. Just that little shout out has got me close to 4,000 subscribers, which is halfway to tier 3. And I mean, it just sparked me up, guys. I'm trying to do, again, as Ken said, a lot of things for the show, for the podcast to be where it should be. And I'm working really hard with that. And I've been putting a lot more attention into that lately as opposed to the videos. But I need to start back up. And I promise I will. But guys, it has been a wonderful day. It has been a wonderful time. Thank you all for spending your precious time with us again. I hope the best luck to all of you guys who are entering in the competition. Make sure you go and you poke all of your favorite creators to get involved in this. Give them the sunshine. Give them the what they deserve. For the Twitch side, we are going to go and follow Mr. Grim Reaper Raid TV, who's also a dad to be and another Raid official content creator who just recently made it. So when we go over there, make sure you guys show him some love, give him some support, give him some follows. Guys, as always, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Let's love.
Have fun.